What's up, folks?
What's up, yo?
We up all night show. We're chilling. We're here hanging.
Mars and Neck, as usual.
As usual.
Something special, though.
Yeah, we were trying something different
Earlier in
tonight.
the night, too.
Early? It's not even that late. As usually...
We usually start late, tired as
Late
fuck,
as-
but I'm actually energized.
Me too. I'm kind of hyped.
Kind of hyped, yeah. True.
A couple beers in. I know, right? I'm coughing off what you just... Secondhand smoke.
On that,
That's a thing. He's all jittery over here. He's pumped like he just chugged some Red Bulls and shit.
fucking Holy Ghost.
Dude, I'm feeling good tonight, dude. It's like, what is it, a Friday night? I don't even feel like it.
Yo, what are you gonna have in the background tonight? You gonna have your album or not?
Oh shit! Now I'm trying to put it up, post it up. I could, but we actually remember we had a special treat. It's not the album.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I still wanted to sit down for a while, though. Finish my beer, at least.
Oh yeah.
Or, we set on our plan here.
Fuck yeah, we can.
Oh, yeah, that's tonight, whoever's watching. Whenever you're watching, however you're watching. Last stream came out pretty decent, so I think it's gonna come out right. Nothing's really been messed with. No games this time, but there'll definitely be some interaction. If you're really watching, what's up? Cheers.
Cheers to
Happy
you.
Friday.
We're drinking. Happy Friday, guys.
Fucking
It's,
December.
yeah,
It's
it's already-
chilly and wet out there, but fuck it. If you're drinking, you're drinking. Cheers.
Yeah, you're probably doing what we're doing right now. Yeah, it is cold and wet, right?
Yep.
Just like some angry old bitch's pussy right now. Angry.
Bro,
It's
that's
all
a fact.
cold and wet and angry.
And
Is it wet?
and if you're an angry bitch, cheers to you too, and don't be angry. You know,
Yeah, quit being angry out there. Show some love.
smoke a bowl.
Definitely. Smoke a bowl and buy some from.
Or if not, drink your wine, but don't get too angry and drunk, or don't go out fucking too many strangers. Cause you mad.
Life's too short. Go chug a bottle of Jack and see where it goes.
So yeah,
That's good advice right there, if I heard any. But what's up, guys? We're bullshitting, doing the huge on a Friday night. So we're hiding.
you can
Yeah,
see
hiding.
me. That's good, right?
Yeah,
Am I
we got-
darker now though?
We got Sonic over there, kind of chilling too. No, you're not dark. I think it's just why is it so
Yeah.
dim?
It is
That's
dim. Maybe
Oh, that's why. Let me
Yeah.
brighten you up over there. There you go. Give it a little color. What's that contrast? Is fucking it up.
yeah, you gotta decrease it a little bit
I
and
see
then
what you
turn
mean.
the brightness up.
We're
What's
doing
up?
this shit live, folks.
Got some instruments in front of us tonight, and that's what we're gonna share.
Dude.
Not yet, but pretty soon we're gonna. I'm gonna try and embark on a musical journey with this Rhythm Wolf he has. It's got a nice little analog drum machine. It's like I wouldn't even call it a hybrid. I think it is full analog, which means that the sounds coming out of it are a little richer. They're gonna sound more. Let's say they're gonna sound less digital and more analog, which means not just repeating analog, but basically means you're gonna sound more robotic. Best way I could put it in layman terms, a lot more robotic, at least from the drum machine. And then you're gonna have it accompanied by guitar. And I've played guitar plenty of times live. We're gonna try to do it here. Hopefully the mix will be good. Yeah, nothing's been changed since the last time we honestly tried to do this. So
Yeah, it should be pretty clear and pretty smooth. Hopefully it is.
Yeah, this is a
Because sometimes
first.
you never know with the internet because it gives you whatever the fuck. I mean, also, we are working with what I got, and it's not the best, but it works for what we're trying to do.
it's getting there.
I mean, I do have a couple albums I want to throw. I actually had another one, but we'll go
throw.
along.
You could, yeah, and like typically, even if I'm not with the drum machine, Mario could still eventually play some of his older tunes that are out there on the internet and just some more shit that he has. And I could always play guitar. I play guitar to some of his older songs, and it's really enjoyable. But I haven't.
I think you love to play. You can play guitar and anything. I think you just love to do it. That you can just kind of.
Yeah, but it has to be good too, though, because I mean, I don't always just want to. I want the sound to sound good before I put anything on it, and I know if it's good, it's gonna sound 10 times better, you know. Dude, Kirby just ate Jigglypuff, and he has that little like dew on the front of his head.
Got the swirl.
He got the swirl. I've never seen Kirby that way. That's insane, yo. The true Puff clone.
I know he really is.
He's except for shoes. That's all he has. That's the only difference. He has shoes.
Kirby got them sweet
He's got
shoes.
those
What kind of shoes he
big
got on?
ass size 12s, dude.
On this picture, he got big old size 12 of like, what are they? Just big
Damn.
red. What are they?
I don't know, red Adidas or something, dude.
They
Play
should put some
soccer.
Adidas on him or something tight, Put some Converse on his bitch ass, dude. I don't even want to call Kirby a bitch ass because he's actually
He's
it's
all
Kirby.
right.
But
He's
I don't-
pretty cool.
He's pretty cool. We can't hate on the dude. Well, we
He's
talking about
weird.
Kirby like he's really a guy and shit. Like we
Yeah,
know
I
the
met
fuck-
him yesterday. He was all right.
I was
Dude.
chilling with that fool. You know, he was kind of.
He smoked all my weed, but he cool.
Yeah, he don't bring in no weed, but you know he comes through and he comes in with the conversation and it's kind of tight. So you know we just let him pass.
He's an alright guy.
We let him pass. Yeah, he's an alright guy.
Sonic over there hates the fuck out of him though.
Does he?
I don't know. That's what he looks like. He's like, I'm getting tired of that motherfucker.
Sonic is a hater. You can tell.
It's because none of his games have done good the past few years.
I know he's all pissed off because we
It's
haven't
alright,
brought him a
man. He's
beer.
got
man.
another cool one coming up. There's like an indie Sonic game. You heard about it, right?
I didn't. I
It
haven't.
was pretty cool. I believe it's called Sonic Mania, and it's actually, man, it's sick. It's honestly worth looking at. You could always show the stream too eventually if you
Sonic
screen cap it.
Mania?
It's a good ass preview, but it's the Sega team basically put one of their games into the hands of I think these 3 developers or 3 or 2, and they're indie. They got good notoriety in the industry. Let's say that they've made games that have already been known, and they weren't like the most popular from what I saw, but basically they got with studios that have already been in the game. They've been in that indie sort of market, and they wanted indie developers to work on Sonic since obviously Sonic is so fucking dead at this point.
Yeah, his
Sega
games suck.
basically, not just Sonic, but Sega in particular. But you're right, his games do suck balls. So
I can't fully. And there's some the old school, of course, are
I
classic. but feel
I
like-
couldn't do Adventure or 2. I couldn't do them. I grew up with the 16-bit, you know, the first, second, third, and
Sega
then
Genesis,
and
yeah.
then yeah, all Genesis. And then I even did there was even that CD version. I played an emulated version of it. There were good shit after that. The CD version was supposed to be one of the best. They fucked up Chaotix with Chaotix was the one that brought in Knuckles initially, and like that
dude.
crocodile looking dude. I think actually Chaotix was supposed to be Knuckles' own spin-off, I believe. My bad. And it had like this like gator guy or whatever. I forgot their names, man. They were all really cool, like badass designed, well designed. So you end up playing the game and there's like some mechanic that they fuck up. They fuck up the roll mechanic, and then it's weird. Like they basically messed up the mechanics of the game. Best way I could analogize it, it was like a Brawl of Sonic. You know what Brawl did, the overall Smash mechanic? Because
could
Melee
play
was quick,
switch
it
it.
was fucking responsive, it was buttery. Same thing with Marvel vs. Capcom. 1 through 2 were fucking bread and butter fighting games. They put Evo on its feet next to like Alpha 3 and Third Strike and shit like that, and yet like 2 other titles maybe. But once MVC3 came out, don't get me wrong, that game still to this day has a massive following, one of the biggest. But when it initially came out, it was like nobody fucking liked it. It had such a weird system. It was that Tatsunoko engine. It was weird as shit. I didn't like MVC3, but that's my personal bias because I grew up with those like original 2D sprite fighters like X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom.
Street Fighter, yeah, that's what I did too.
What else was there? There was like, yeah, but it wasn't like that on MVC3. MVC3 ended up changing it. They still had a cool cast and shit, nice, interesting characters, and just the originals too, the staples. But the game fucking sucked. I didn't enjoy it, and I played people who were pretty good at it. Eventually, some people that actually tried themselves out and went to tournaments, and they were good, man. They had good combos and whatnot, but it was like, this shit wasn't hype. It didn't seem like anything was hype. That's me. And now they're that's why I can at least respect the Street Fighter series right now, because it as funny as it's as 3D as it looks right now and as it's changed, the mechanics are still overall there. The new Street Fighter games still play like Street Fighter games.
They do, and I think they try to keep it original, but they try to add the aspect of course, 3D and all the new mapping shit they
They
got.
definitely revitalized it a little more, but
Hell
they
yeah.
still keep the same feel.
The-
Same thing that
basic-
this game did it.
Yeah, oh yeah, Smash
They
Brothers.
really did keep the same feel. I felt like it kept the same feel of Melee, but obviously it wasn't trying to be as fast as it. That wasn't their point. They were trying to get more characters in there and have that detail still backed up without it being like overly done. I mean, they did a good job.
Without also with balancing it in a way that's just everybody has a chance. Like it balances it so well where there's not like a dominant character in this game. But man, yeah, speaking of just games, man, it's just games are fun, man. That's just our thing. I think you and I grew up in the gaming generation. I think
Yeah, a lot
'cause-
of us grew up in that. Even the people before us,
Yeah,
too,
the
like our
early
older
80s.
siblings, they were in the golden age.
yeah, where they just
Of
fresh
games.
came out where the
I can only imagine, especially when arcades were like a real thing too. They were just like, I wouldn't say everywhere, but they were more abundant.
if
Yeah.
you wanted to play that game, you had
And
to
they
go
were
to the
fresh.
arcade.
They were fresh. There was like, wait, I didn't see this last week here. This is a new unit. This is a new cutting edge game. Where you practically had to wait to play certain games because they were popular. And you got to play people that were better than you, and just it was a clean time. And then, but we did grow up in a time that was very similar in the sense that there were still arcades and there were new advancements. Not to mention the home console was being pushed. Holy shit! I mean, you said it the other day. You got a 64. I got a PS1.
Yeah, we're talking about that.
Like, what in the actual fuck is a DualShock? Just the same thing. Like, what's a Rumble Pack? We grew up in the age of that startup.
That
Like,
was-
before
that
they
was
were
the-
actually built on the control, before that kind of stuff was like a common feature, you had to buy that shit or pay extra for that. Think about that. Because the initial PS1 came with just that slim bone looking weak ass original. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
I didn't
It's
like it
gay
either.
as shit.
First generation.
That's why PS2 was so badass, because it was that
It
all right,
came with it.
DualShock 2. It was like, let's go.
It came directly
It
with
was
the
a
DualShock.
dude. No one could argue with PS2's control, and that's because that DualShock tech was there. Same thing with a lot of people preferred the Rumble pack on the 64. People like the Rumble pack on it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
some
a
people
thing.
prefer
It's a
it.
preference. Like, it's more of a preference I see than people hating on it. And
Yeah.
I liked it. I remember experiencing it. Like, in a while, I had a couple. I think I had like 3 of them for like out of the 4 that he had. And that shit was fun as fuck, dude.
Just that time of living, it was just exciting.
And then the
'cause-
wrestling games were good too.
Oh, No Mercy.
No Mercy and WrestleMania. Those
WrestleMania 2000.
staples. And then
Uh,
the counterbalance with the overall flashiness and graphics. PS1 doing SmackDown. That was
SmackDown 1.
insane.
The videos, I remember
on like the wrestling.
like the
channel.
difference between it was me and my friend. Like I remember us being big fans of wrestling at the time, and our thing was just like, oh, yeah, like he had the PS1 and I had the 64.
Yeah,
and
that's how I
remember-
was. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I would
I was
get,
like
like
that. My cousin, man.
I would show him the games, and he would make a character and shit and everything. We'd all wrestle, and like we'd compare him. And I remember the video itself. It was like PS1. You had their actual live entrance video.
Yeah, yeah.
And on the 64, it was like slideshow pictures.
It's
It
true.
just-
You're right.
And it was just like it was just such a
I
difference.
I thought about other details, but I did not think about like Titantron and details like that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's just the details of the video. Now I remember
Like, the
it
one
being
thing
so
I
clear, and
remembered,
it's like,
uh,
oh shit!
I know you probably remember this about the 64. It's particularly, I think WrestleMania you could do it, but I knew No Mercy you could. And it wasn't until in SmackDown 2 you could do it. Basically, from what I remember, the 64 had the ability to position characters on a table and do a move, an input move, instead of doing just like a default. Because I think originally on some wrestling games, basically the way it was is you couldn't just lay someone down on the table and then stand up on the table and pick them up and then do the move. You could do that on 64. It wasn't PS2 got that after the fact that 64 did. And I remember noticing that difference because, don't get me wrong, I guess as a fanboy too, and just knowing that the marketing behind SmackDown, the game, the people suck PS1. That version's dick, basically. That SmackDown got a lot of the edge that WrestleMania and No Mercy did. Not to mention, I only know a few people that had, WrestleMania 2000 or No Mercy for that matter. Those people who did have it fucking adored it, and they always talk about like it's a memorable game. It has such a high replay value. But I think that I met more people that just didn't have. They did have SmackDown, or there were other people that even played like the Just Bring It and all that. And that still is a lineage of SmackDown. So
Here Comes the Pain. I remember.
going. It's cool just to think of the roots of those franchises, and like what we're just talking about in the sense that the features we'd even know. We play the game so much at friends or siblings' houses, etc. That the version that we had, we'd sit there and compare it so heavily to the other console because we'd played it so long. We could be like, it was pretty cool because it kind of gave you the idea of openness. You played it because you liked fucking wrestling, basically. And so when you played both of them, you enjoyed the shit out of them regardless of where you were at. So you got two different things out of them, and it gave you that openness, like overall. Like, I guess that's why it didn't take long for that whole fucking the idea of a console war to die, because at the end of the day, most people want like everything, Most people wouldn't mind having the new fucking Nintendo console as much as they would like having the PS6, Because I want a PS4. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a cool idea. Same thing with an Xbox One, but I'm not gonna do it. So it's like, I don't know. We did growing up in a time where there was a lot of openness to that. Like, there was a lot of variety because it went from just straight up like computer program gaming, like Atari stuff, like Commodore, putting in floppy disks, and then from that to the arcade, pushing graphical limits where you're getting better sound, you're getting actual colors that are vivid, explosions, storylines, and then from the arcade to sitting down and putting in a cartridge Which, in essence, if you've ever seen an arcade unit, that's all it is. At the very bottom, if you open one, or if you see like a lot of the classic ones, like the Neo Geos and stuff, it's just like a big ass chip, massive chip, like installed into like this array.
This like plastic cartridge.
No, big silicone cartridge. So it's just like putting in a big like floppy disk, basically, in under like the mechanism that runs the video, like the card. It's pretty interesting. It's cool. But it went from that to fucking actually doing it at your house with a cartridge, and then from cartridge, companies like Sega CD, or like Sega and fucking Sony, pushed the limit, and then after that, the sky's the fucking limit. What was after that? Basically, in between most of that, CD-ROM has always been around, PC gaming, but they had to fucking push their standards higher because consoles for a while were really dominating the overall efficiency. And then they died too, supposedly. There was a death of a video game market for a little bit, and then it had to rebound. It's crazy, dude. It's changed a lot.
Have come a long way.
It's changed a lot.
Dude, have you seen lately? They're coming up with the 3D, like where you can actually where they're actually selling separately the device you can use to run on when you're playing games. Like you have a headset on, like virtual console status, and you're running on a placement mat that moves with your feet, but you have to wear a specific type of shoe that comes with the whole thing. But now
like
they're
the Oculus and shit.
No, it's Oculus at a whole nother level, to where
okay.
it's like they're actually giving you like the platform to run to where the environment can read your steps and shit. And it's becoming so advanced. It's really interesting because
wake the Wii U up real quick.
oh, is it? Yeah, it's kind of dim, huh?
Yeah. So I thought the cams were on. My bad.
Yeah, dude. Some people are actually. I think they've made this device, that whole platform thing where you can run on, and they made it to where people are selling it, like, makers, people that know how to do this stuff. I don't know. We live in a great time though, dude. We've seen the not the worst, but the very first setup of a not even Super Nintendo itself, even Atari before that. I mean, games were like a floppy disk. Shit was just not as good as it is now.
Dude, the dawn of the internet, we were there.
Yeah, we witnessed it as
before
kids.
Yeah, before like when quote unquote DSL was the thing. Like, we had first there was dial-up, then after that, like, there were boxes. You bought a modem to get faster internet, and like we were like, what is a fucking modem? We had to find out what a modem was.
We witnessed that shit. We lived through that shit.
And then we mentioned earlier, like AIM, like AOL, Yahoo Messenger, Zanga, Facebook, the dawn of Facebook. Back when no one used it. No one used it. You said Juno?
Juno.
I've never fucked with Juno.
Really?
What is that? What is it?
I don't know. My mom.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Yeah, that's something my mom would use because she was big on chatting.
Really?
And then like we would use her internet.
Yeah, my brother was big on chatting too, but he would just use Yahoo like chat or Yahoo chat rooms and stuff.
I had an AOL like and shit, dude.
Yeah, AOL the same way.
I had an internet girlfriend from like far away, dude.
Dude, I did too.
Really?
Dude. But when I was real young, I was like probably 11 or 12. I befriended this girl she said she was from UK. It could have been some old guy, but she was really nice, and we just talked about general shit. It was real innocent. We stopped talking one day, like, because I lost my account credentials, I think, for that. It was like a teen chat room, basically. It was an AOL one. It was cool. And it was really, like, it was nice, It was never anything overly perverse or stupid, because I was just curious.
It was just chatting and talking.
It was the dawn of the internet.
Curiosity.
I was curious. I was like, this is another human. Like, I don't know where the fuck you're at. I'm never going to see your face. I'm going to imagine shit.
Imagine if you could. That would have been tight. Like, if you can at least see pictures.
Well, think of it now.
It's not like it is now.
It's like you're saying. We're living in a good time because people do just randomly Skype, and there's like weird shit like chat roulette, which is usually just perverts now. Like, but it's funny. It's funny. It's got its
dicks. It's just dicks. Once they see you, they just pull out their dick. That's how. Dude, I remember going through there. I went through chat roulette just for fun.
I did it a couple of times. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? It's not the dude's waiting to whip out their shit, and it's like, come on, man, you fucking a novice status. And then there are other shows too that just like pick up their guitar and they're like, huh?
Do they really?
There are shows you could have put the reverb on the.
Yeah.
It's not even on my channel, dude.
It's not. It's not even.
It's the.
I can't get it on, dude. Hold on.
Open your eyes.
Yeah, I gotta master that. I wish I had a soundboard, like a soundboard. I could press a button and it plays a sound.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's possible though.
Dude.
That's hilarious. You could do that on your PC.
Really? I'm gonna figure something out. I'm gonna have like sounds.
Yeah,
and shit,
you could legit Google soundboard, and then they probably have a DIY one, and it's just you could just put your sounds on there. So they have like default sounds of like a cow or some random shit.
To be honest, I actually wish I had somebody
all night. What?
Yeah, I'd be just doing
It's
that
a cool
myself.
sample.
I wish I had a like a
I've
like
been stalling on the boat. My bad.
No, that's cool. Yeah, I was trying to hint that at you for a second, but I wish I had like some little person who would just sit there and just wait for the right time to play a right sound, and he plays a
Little
sound on it.
person, dude.
That's fucked up to say it that way, but I meant like
It's
a little.
not, dude, because I can hire you some little people.
I know.
I know a crew. They're cool guys, man. They're cool fellas.
Is it actually are these the same guys who played for the
This
Wizard
is an
West?
amazing song. Played what?
What the fuck's wrong with the
It's
slider?
dead, dude. Look, I heard that. Like, I was like, what is it doing?
Dude, there's something in there. You have one?
It's dead in the
You do.
game. We got adapter issues real quick. Oh, yeah, it's
There
good.
you go. There you go.
They're not gonna hear that. That's the good part. They will
You
not.
don't hear all the fuck up, sweet.
Well, it's just a headphone, honestly.
Yeah, dude.
Cheers to y'all. If you've been watching, been trying to hold up. We're gonna have some cool shit coming up. Trust me.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Then
fun.
after
You
that, I'm
guys-
gonna get 50 pounds of nachos. That's fucked up.
Where's that at?
Dude, you mentioned nachos yesterday, and I was like, that sounds so good, Mario, but I have no idea. You know who has
said-
good
who
nachos
makes-
is Racetrack. Don't get me wrong, QT's good.
Oh, yeah.
7-Eleven's always been classic, but I've tried them all so much because there was a point where I would just do a lot of this, and not coming to Mars or anything, or doing podcasts by any means, but there were points we've all been there where you just drink so damn late that if you're not going to Whataburger, you're just going to like a gas station, and I'd stop at
Fuck
gas
yeah.
stations. And one of the gas stations I'd stopped at, my favorite was fucking Racetrack for that particular reason. Best way I could put it is they have some of the best cheddar cheese there. If you've ever been to Walmart food courts in the 90s and had their little nachos with that fucking cup on the side, the little plastic cup, the plastic plate that they'd give you with the built-in fucking cup that they put barely any amount of cheese in, it's that kind of cheese. It's insanely good. And you fucking put chili in between that and you're done. You're fucking done.
So there you go, folks. That's
Stoner
a setup.
talk with fucking Nex. Stalling on the bowl 10 weeks later.
No, you're just giving them the recipe of what you kind of.
If you actually have racetracks in your area, 'cause if you're local and you're listening and you're ever thinking, man, I haven't had nachos in a minute, because we've all been there. What the fuck, no shame. I love nachos. Check them out, dude, because their cheese is good as fuck.
Dude, you know who actually stays up this late making Mexican food? There's this 24-hour joint right there off of going towards Northeast Mall, but you pass it up and go on that freeway that takes you to the left. You continue on and take the next exit, and that it leads you to this 24-hour Mexican joint that they make anything.
Man,
you
I
want.
went to this
There's
taco
Mexican women
place.
and they're making that shit. and
That's
it's-
hype.
So you know it's gonna be good.
Yeah, there's also some really like seminary, obviously, like down that street.
Wait,
There's a
the fuck out
certain
there.
there's a certain part of seminary where there's just nothing. The obvious taco stands, but some of them are insanely good. This is actually a good story. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead and tell the story. Oh yeah, further.
Interesting story. It's real short, but it's just like it has to do with that area and like how.
Here, let me, dude. Going out of town, dude. I've learned that when it comes to food, you want to get quality food. Most of the times, you don't want to go to a place where teenagers are feeding you.
true.
You want to go to a place where there's
That's
some
a
older.
valid ass point. What
There's
you
some-
just said is specific. I do not want cunts making my food. I want somebody. I want you to fucking love your job, but at least just do your job right without being a bitch.
Yeah, and usually, after a while, you're an adult. You've just accepted that you're there. So
You signed up for it.
Yeah, and as a teen, you're just there because your mom told you
Yeah.
to get a fucking job to pay off the car she
Yeah,
gave
that
you.
or like exactly. You're there because you really do. You don't respect the idea of making money. You really don't. As a teenager, it's very rare, dude. Even when I had a job when I was young, I was just getting it to like buy clothes and do random material shit, and
Buy all
pay
those
and
fucking
then pay
CDs.
other people to get me beer, kind of shit. That's the kind of shit I was doing back then with my money, and that's not respecting your money. That's not valuing that's
trying to
that's
get
just partying.
Let's just get.
That's
a buck
chasing a buzz and like not giving a fuck, not saving things and applying your currency. And there's a such thing as enjoying stuff. I mean, what do you think we're doing right now? But in many ways, when you're younger, yeah, you definitely harm yourself more than you do benefit yourself by fucking just being reckless and.
Fuck yeah, as a youngster, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Look, yeah, you're right.
fucking
You
body's
need to be
like-
smarter about it, man. I guess
Yeah,
that's,
be
if I
smarter,
could ever
definitely.
portray that to any of the youth, even if you're 19 and you're listening, there's nothing wrong with being tight with some of your shit, because, dude, it gets you're gonna want to do shit, and like I don't know, it helps you out in the end, honestly. Getting your shit together earlier than as possible is pretty good.
Also, you need some good mentors. Somebody
That's
older.
important. Yeah, learning
'Cause-
to listen to people that are older than you. or even just have slightly more. They can also be younger too, and if they have more experience about something than you, just listen. Try to listen, because it's
Respect your
important.
elders.
Yeah,
Respect
it's
them and know
very
how to
important.
pick which one gives you good information and which one gives you bad
That's true,
information.
that's true.
But also the one that gives you bad information, it's good to pay attention to the bad
To their
shit.
behavior, more than
yeah,
anything.
especially
Because
their
if they're a
behavior.
bitter adult, then that's not your fault. If they're older than you, they're just being cunts and they're just trying to get in your head and not really understanding you. I guess your point of view and your talking points. Then yeah, they're just being cunts. But you can use common sense, which can usually help you distinguish which adults or like you said, which of your elders are actually really concerned about you and are reaching out and just want to know, what's up, and they're actually concerned about you as your character, your person. And then there are people who are just like, you're just an asshole. You're a douchebag.
You've had a bad life and you don't know how to.
Really just mental people sometimes, yeah.
You have your own problems. You know how to deal with them. So it's like you
And
kind of lash out.
Exactly. That's
It's
normal with a lot of people though, because we all worked with people like that are old cucks, and they just treat people like fucking dirt. They don't not necessarily talk to them that way or even say things to them, but it's just it is behavior. Body language is actually really an important thing, and some people's body language is, as much as they don't think they're expressing themselves, they definitely give off that vibe, like,
Yeah, dude.
like
Dude,
they're
this
just
one time I was-
buttholes.
Yeah, dude, one time I was tripping on shrooms,
Oh shit.
and I remember this girl was tripping with us, and I remember our vibes kind of like being weird, and I guess our friends were forcing us.
That happens.
Our friends were forcing us to like, you guys just hugging out. You guys would. It was weird, the whole situation, but
that sucks.
it was just weird because I felt it was like this was weird.
No,
and I
that
felt
is
like,
weird, especially if other people are implying you guys to have some sort of closure that may not even be there.
Yeah.
Maybe I just had a funny look, or someone said something goofy, and it was like,
It's
let's just forget about it.
It's just this weird vibe, and then like I felt like even she felt it, and she didn't want to. Like she was like, no, no. And it was just both of us. That
Pressure sucks like that, especially when you're on psychedelics.
Yeah, dude. It's like they don't understand
Worst time.
the shit you're going through, and that kind of reminded me of that because. Yes, our body like her body language said the same. Like their vibes were just not feeling. They're like two magnets that were like put on opposite directions that weren't supposed to be. Like you felt it. Like shit's like that. Like vibes are like that magnet. Like sometimes they'll attach and sometimes they'll reflect each other.
That's true.
So I mean, sometimes you follow your intuition. One thing I've learned with your intuition, that's what most people consider is their god. It's like you follow it.
Yeah.
Because you hear that inner voice. And usually you consider,
Well,
it's
yeah,
God
like
speaking
to the
me,
mind, it's
but-
like the final mission, It's like, or like the
Yeah.
main mission. Wait, that's a funny rhyme. It's the main mission's my intuition. I'm
Yeah.
spilling on my brain, man. Fucked up. Lava fissions. Got Kirby in the back. Like, what the fuck? Anyway.
Yeah, he's going off what we're watching right now. Speaking of what we're watching,
Just dimmed.
yeah, dim down. It's playing its own. It's playing on itself. Hold on. I'm gonna put us on. I'm gonna grab another beer real quick. How you feeling? All right, cool. Yeah, you want to wait here for a second?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You want a water?
My beer. Yeah, I'll take a water.
Take a water or a beer?
A water. I'm about to finish my third.
Okay, I got one right here.
Doo-doo-doo.
Here, I'll be back. Come talk to the people.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna mention earlier. That's what I was thinking of right now, sitting on the fucking recliner.
water?
No, something before that. I was like, I was gonna mention a story, but
Yeah, that's so wrong. Shit, it was about
I forgot where it was that I had the story that I was talking about. Oh shit! Okay, I remember now. We were talking about how this dude prefers pretty good food, and I was talking about a restaurant, this joint that makes food 24 hours. It's not just like on a typical IHOP place or something like that. It's just some sort of a homemade Mexican joint. It's got like two ladies in the back cooking, something like that. Makes it sound really good. Makes it sound really ideal of homemade. And if it's 24/7, you got like these peak late hours, so you're not gonna have to worry too much about running into traffic or running into a crowd of people and sit there and fucking wait to be seated kind of deal. Assuming that this place has a spacious environment. If it's small, if it's like a fucking a duplex, like 3 duplex kind of deal. You know, like 1 story, sort of like wide. Then I could see it still just being busy overall, even on a late night. Like 2 people drinking coffee and like 4 or 5 eating. Then you got yourself, including, depending on who you take. But yeah, I remember what I was talking about.
Yeah,
You got here. It was a story, dude, of just me going to seminary, that street in particular. And I don't go down that side of town because I'm not too I'm familiar with it. Let's say that I went to middle school down that way, and I just don't like going down there because that street in particular has been known, just like Lancaster, just like East Lancaster, around here, real close. Just like that street, it's notorious for not just a lot of crime, but just overall, there's nasty shits happening there. Like, people have gotten fucking popped, and not to mention, as a personal preference, I just mentioned East Lancaster. My cousin got hit there at a hit and run at a bar off of Lancaster. So shit happens in particular demographics and streets for certain reasons. There's just fucked up people around those parts of town. Seminary being one of them. Even though during the day, it's pretty lively and shit. There's a lot of good carnicerias and shit, and like overall good restaurants, like super dank, and just fucking businesses, just normal innocent business going on, as usual. But once you like pass like the 9 o'clock mark, there's good spots that are still open, but there's stands. And for the most part, depending on what day you go, the traffic there can either be populated, it can be dead, or it can just be like the occasional cop. But when it is empty, there's just a bunch of douchebags around. It is a typical cruising street, I'd say, for that part of town, and that tends to bring out some of the bigger cunts of the city. But that's not my point. My point is that was all backstory on it. And that was sort of just a detail added on there for to kind of lead into this. The overall fact that at one point it was Rishi, myself, and my friend, our friend Mai. There's 3 of us. I was driving too, and they were like dead set on going on the border, somewhere where we usually go, and we didn't go to like this buffet that we wanted to go to, but they really wanted street tacos, and they just kept saying it. And that one time they mentioned Cabana and shit, and like I recently tried Taco Cabana. I used to like it a lot. I honestly, I probably still like their fajitas,
but like, it can be shitty.
Exactly.
Taco Cabana can be really shitty, especially when they're teenagers.
That's a valid point, as you just mentioned earlier. I guess it does pay a testament to that too. That's a good point you're making. Again,
because they don't give a fuck about your food, dude. They don't give a fuck. They're just slopping it.
Just shat. And
believe me,
I got their quote unquote street tacos one time. It was a while back, and so when they say that, I'm automatically shut down. I'm like, no, I mean, I can get myself. Fuck that. I'm gonna go somewhere else, or you guys like choose something else. Anyway, so we had gone long into the night, and I decided I'd mentioned this place to them. That there's probably taco stands. It wasn't midnight yet, at least, so I was like, we'll find a place, and it was probably going in. It's like 11:30, 11:15. Got there around basic. So we decided to all leave. I drove. We looked for like the first place we saw that looked all right and that was lit up. We went to, and I guess that's the point of the story, is that we got there and the prices were pretty good. We ended up getting like 10 plus tacos. We all got full. We got sauce and everything, but it's funny how like it wasn't too sketched. When I got there, it felt a little sketchy, but there was a guy like that came. It was a guy that came like after we're done ordering. I think he was like a family or something. It's just really dark and shitty in that part of town. But when we went, the funny part of the story, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, is that I was taking my order, and there was a fellow that greeted me on the little taco stand, because they're usually elevated. They're just like RVs basically that are lifted with a bunch of cooking equipment inside. So, you know, they're looking down on you because they're on a higher plane or whatever. And I'm looking at them just ordering and talking to them and like asking them if they take card or some shit. I forgot. I think I had cash at the time, but I was asking them something real vague, something general. And then after he tells the guy how many I want, or the person in the back, the cook, which is, in my opinion, a fella, but the guy kind of comes back and tells him to repeat himself. And like I look at him, and then he comes and like asks me something about my order, like just, you know, to reassure what I wanted, to double check, which is fine. But basically the truck was occupied by 2 people, some like 30-something-year-old looking guy and a transvestite man.
Yes,
that was the point. And like the guy was like not that good of a tranny, obviously.
No ass,
it just didn't seem like this person tried. But let me say this. I guess I can respect trannies more than that. I'll say he was like a cross dresser looking kind of guy, and I thought like he was trying to be feminine, but he was definitely not a fucking. He was nothing due to tire. He didn't sound like a dude. It was kind of feminine voice that he was giving off, and it was funny. But they made some dank ass tacos. And my point is, it was goofy as shit. And then I thought to myself, this is the country I live in. Right on, you know. Like I didn't get stabbed. I didn't get jumped. I don't care who you are. As you said, as long as you care about your job and you're making my food fresh, and like it's gonna be fucking hooked up, and I'm paying you money, dude. That was a 10 out of 10 spot. And like I know where it's at. I forgot the name of it, but I always know where it's at. So it's like if I ever do go down there, you know, like those guys are trusted in my book. And it was just funny because some people would be off by that. And I was initially, but it's like, this goes to show, like, it doesn't fucking matter who you are. You can make a business and try to be successful. And I bet they make good money, dude, you know, on a weekly basis in that area with that business. Shouts the fuck out to, like, actually good food. And if it's not homemade and it's something like that, at least, you know, have it, like you said, be made by people that aren't, like, some young cucks, some fucking idiots that don't know the difference between ethic and, like, I don't know, like they don't put effort into making their penny. Some of them don't. And I'm not gonna say all of them though, because obviously they're good workers out there regardless of their age. But you got a point. You know, like you said, they don't give a shit. They just throw some shit on there. They just want to go home and text. They're texting while they work. Most of them.
Some of them they're trying to go home and fuck. They're trying to go home and plow their girlfriend or their reason I can kind of just really speak like that is because it's from experience. I used to work at a Brahms, and working there, I didn't give a fuck. I was trying to go in, do the hours. I didn't care what I was making. You make it. It's like they ask you to make it. You'll sit there and make it. I mean, you'll make it as best as you can every time, but most of the time, you're just...
Yeah, I've always had a different outlook because, like, I never worked in the service sector besides a grocery store for 6 months. After that, and that was just annoying because, like you said, you kind of do just do what the hell they tell you, but...
And then most of the time, the manager, it's usually the company itself. They don't really treat you, like, too well, and it's like they expect you to make their shit good. And it's like, fuck you. You make me work on days I ask you off. Fuck you. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, and that's why it's just an overall fucked up system, though. Because
fuck yeah, I agree.
Although I know what you mean by saying, well, if you're not gonna treat me right, then fuck this. You're basically saying I'm gonna half-ass my job, which is also a fucked up state of mind for the fact that.
That's being young though. You do.
I know. Don't get me wrong though, but that's not what I would want to portray as. Now that I'm still young and I'm past that age, I would definitely condone more of a message of like, look, cunt, just because you signed up to a job that your manager treats you like shit doesn't mean you gotta fuck up my food.
Exactly, though, right?
And but you got a good point about it is just being young, but that is very naive. And I know I would just like in a utopian state of mind, I guess I would be. That's why I'm that kind of person. I'm definitely vocal about that kind of shit because as soon as I was done with the service sector in the grocery store and like I was thrown into the wolves basically, and like I haven't left the warehouse I work with now, not because I'm shackled or handcuffed or I can't find another job, because I worked 2 jobs at one point in my life and I was working over 40 hours and going to university or whatever, going to college. But it was more about like, I don't know, I guess it's just respecting your worth and shit. And it is shitty when people are treating you like shit. Management is like, I deal with cunty management even in a warehouse, not working with customers, but it just sucks when it comes to food and shit like that, because the average Joe, it does really just want their chicken sandwich. And it's like, if someone's treating me like a cunt while they're giving me my chicken sandwich, or they're just like, they're being really snobbish, it's like, damn, sorry, dude. But as you said, young people are inconsiderate for that reason. It's just impulsive of them to be inconsiderate assholes.
The reason they're inconsiderate is because they've never been through it. They're young. They're inexperienced. You've never experienced going through a place, spending money that you've worked hard for.
That's a good point, too. It's so crazy, man. It parallels. You're right. Like, I worked for this. I just want a good meal, and you're being a bitch.
Yeah, and it's like
they haven't lived it yet, yeah.
They don't understand.
And they will. Most people do. Karma is a real thing in its own little, mystical way. It finds its way to tell you, hey, like, be a little bit more considerate, And then they both try to find their way to balance it out. Like, the end of the cunt and the end of just the hard worker who wants to just enjoy the fruits of his labor. Or her labor, at least.
And get a damn good chicken sandwich and some
that sounds
decent fries. It does.
Dude, if I could have 2 chicken sandwiches and nachos, I'm done. That's fucked up. It sounds amazing.
Dude, it's because you've been firing up devil's lettuce too goddamn often, you're fucking craving.
That stuff is great.
I always find this lighter that doesn't work for jack shit. Where the hell? Where's that other good one? Oh, here it is. It's over here hiding.
Use the recliner mic. Now that it's not a break, you can always drop volumes. What did you
Yeah, Nex is moving himself around. He actually decided to move over there next to Sonic.
Replay that real quick. Yeah, restart it and then turn it up more. Barely, it's good.
It starts right after this one. That sounded good too. Dude, that sounds awesome, by the way. By the way, you guys are listening to Nex play. He's it cut off for some reason.
Did? It's probably the hard drive. Did it like shut off in the middle, right? Sometimes your hard drive cuts like that.
Yeah, I did a
Yeah.
little pause, but
Do I have reverb? That's cool.
I think you
Yeah,
do.
reverb my voice a little bit. Yeah, see, it cuts like that. I did that last time on stream. Sometimes the hard drive just gaps a little bit.
There you go,
Probably
guys.
just do that one time.
That's Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Marco, I mean, next in here just shredding, just killing.
Mars just doxed me. He just said my real name. I'm just fucking with you. Just fucking with you, dude.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm on the camera. Hi, guys.
Oh yeah, you're right
Look
there,
at
dude.
my pearly whites.
Yeah, you got a view of what you playing right there. It's really cool just watching. He also has the wolf, the drum, the rhythm.
About to happen a little bit, yeah.
Oh, yeah, little cheers to you guys out there listening, watching. That was nice. That was
Bullshit.
really
Really,
cool.
we got this done tonight, or some of it.
Yeah, this is a little preview, guys, of what's really possible here. Whenever whenever you're doing something live, this is what's possible. This is what we can actually have the potential of having an artist in here playing and doing the live set of something they've made themselves. And I mean,
Yo, cut that real quick. Yo, yes, I'm here, dude. Do you remember this? You don't remember this riff, though? The original song we had done, by the way, that I recorded with Mario ages ago was like something like this. It was like,
yeah, I do remember it.
quick, real quick.
Hit the cymbals.
Parts are like the last solo. It's kind of hard. But it's like, and then it's like, and then I stop and go.
Yeah, this one's solo.
And then I'll just start doing some randoid shit. I remember listening to it. Like, that was early, man. It was
Dude,
great.
that was
And
classic.
there was that little break in the middle too. That was like it had distortion, obviously, but it was pretty sick. Yeah. And it had that Volta for that.
Dude, one of the
I had the Volta field too. I remember like when we would do it live, at least when we record it, I'd be like, it was sick, man. It was great back then.
you were hyping me up to really jam, dude. Dude, you know what? We one of these days, I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna go ahead and just say it on the record and say, dude, one of these days we're gonna have to jam live once in here and just do some old school shit.
Be sick, dude. You could have done it with a drum machine too, though. Eventually.
Oh shit, yeah,
You
even
can catch
drum
that
machine.
beat. You have that beat
But-
in your head.
True, but
Do a live version.
I'd really love a live version, dude. I'd love to really be on the set. Imagine
Oh,
this
yeah,
setup.
that'd be God.
Imagine this being my drum set right here, and you have the view right here in front of it, and you can watch me. You can
Bomb
actually.
as fuck.
I fucked up the headphones.
It's fine. They still can. I don't think people can hear when the headphones crack on our end.
I know they can, but yeah, I could see the total potential of the actual setup. People being able to witness our like our old sessions like we used to do. Dude, this was ages ago. I think I must have been like I had to have been like 2019. I think 18, 19, and 20. I think we jammed. Actually, 17. It was earlier.
Younger, dude. Yeah, you were barely a freshman in high school when I met you.
Whoa, yeah. Then so I was like,
I was
what?
like barely a preteen. I was 12 years old probably when I met you.
Dude,
Yes, dude. You're like 4 years older than me.
that's crazy to think. Goddamn, folks, I'm old. Actually, I'm not old, but goddamn, it's just been
a
years.
long time, yeah.
It's been a long time,
It
guys.
just fly. It really did. As cliche as it sounds.
Time has flown.
Is channel 9 up?
It is now. Yeah, I think you done do a
It's not
little
muted.
live.
It's not muted, is it? Channel 9.
There it goes. Yeah,
There
you're
we
right.
go. Thank you.
I was muted. I'm learning this whole engineering thing while I'm hosting. Not really even hosting. I'm just sitting back here drinking beer. This job is hard. But anyways, Dude, he's about to do a little live session of his own. Yeah, just stay tuned and listen. Stay tuned. This is the Mars and Next collaboration. Enjoy, folks. Yeah, just a little readjustment. We're just doing a little readjustments over
I think
here.
it's the adapter, dude. This thing is replaced with the thing we put in there. See if that works better. The little splitter.
Talking to the mic right now.
The little splitter, you can use the other one instead of this one. The one you have on there right now.
Oh, that double?
Yeah.
For which one? Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
Maybe it'll work better, yeah. Maybe that's what's wiggling around.
Totally. Yeah, guys.
Be right back.
It's feeling kind of good. Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna keep talking. I don't want to pause. But yeah, I won't be able to hear, so yeah, I'm gonna shut up for a second. But I think they can still hear us, so fuck it. Boom. Switch that shit out. And here we go. Let's see how they sound. It sounds pretty good so far.
Yeah, a little better.
This is what we're working with, folks. You see that little Y thing? Yeah, that thing's fucking up. But for now, it sounds good. Anyways, hope you guys are doing good. Hey, you got yourself one or you need another?
Yeah, I'm good.
It sounds kind of nice. It's kind of trancy. I've gotten stuck on it, kind of. But like we were saying before, man, eventually, hopefully we get to the point where we actually have a live set of equipment from a drum set, an actual drum set. No, maybe a drum machine would be a lot better, be a lot quieter. I would love a real live drum set, man. I used to play drums back in the day. You know what? I'm gonna shut up. That's exactly what's up.
What happened?
No.
Drums.
Drums.
That channel's low, isn't it?
Yeah, I turned it down.
Oh, okay.
My bad. I turned it down just for the sake of it sounds good. Next on guitar and drum machine. It sounds really good.
Got a built-in looper in here. Let's do this.
Amazing. I go right back on.
Channel 9.
Channel 9. Folks, we're still live. How you guys doing tonight? I'm fucking feeling good. It's Good Friday. It's good to be alive, folks. I don't know about you guys, but it just feels good to be alive, man. Live it up, man. Celebrate. And recognize this chance that you have. And experience. And live. Tell that person you love them, man. Tell the people you care about them. Quit wasting time. The time is now. Friend next here. Something special in that kid right there. He has it in him. He has a rhythm. The soul has touched him, and he's expressing it. You hear that, folks? That's all him. It's crazy how good that sounds. You're making me move. Hope you guys enjoying it out there. I drown myself out. Fucking wolf. That rhythm wolf is sick. I mean, I'm seeing it being used as it should. You guys should see this. I mean, here, what am I hiding? Actually, I'll hide it for a second. But just listen to this, folks. This is live. This is live music. This is unedited, uncut, pure live shit here, man. This is exclusive. See, some of you, if I had some other artists in here to maybe vocalize, that would just complete it. But even then, I really admire the pure instrumental part. Speaking of, I'm gonna shut up. Enjoy, folks. Friday night, if you ask me. If you guys are up to what we're up to, then I'm sure you're feeling as good as we are. It's just about. Ooh, it didn't sound too well. Nothing broke, right? Cool. It's hurting. Make sure no one gets hurt. No legs are broken.
False alarm, false alarm.
But yeah, yeah, it feels good tonight. Hope you guys are feeling just as good. It's been a hectic week. Not really. I chilled all week. I ate a lot. I drank a lot. And we did a lot of setting up, and I did a lot of video game playing. If you guys are like me, you probably did a lot of the same things. And Marco's the homie next. I don't know what he did this past week.
I was on vacation the whole week. It was great.
See?
It was
You ready
actually
for
a
it?
good week, as he mentioned, yeah.
You broke it down. You just kind of. I should have just summed it up that way, but yeah, the original. You know what? I was supposed to go to a strip club tonight, but I didn't. There could have been some bitches twerking right now for us while we played this shit. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but maybe some other time. And you gotta slow down now. Here. Sometimes you just gotta slow some shit down. Dude, life's been great though. What are you guys drinking?
Yeah, what are you drinking tonight?
Is it a whiskey? Is it beer? Is it liquor? Is it... What is it, a vodka? Maybe a Smirnoff for your lightweights? Shit. I usually drink whatever comes up first, I guess. No, not really. I go pay for it and buy it at the store and pick it out, so... I'm just making up lies and just immediately admitting to my lie immediately. That's how the show goes, folks. It's just really whatever's on the mind. I don't know about you guys, but I really speak what's on my mind at the moment it comes up. I think that's what we all should be. We shouldn't sit there and overthink. Like, should I sound like Cristina when I speak? I mean Christina, like the Mexican. What's that lady's name? Ricky Lake. Remember Ricky Lake? Dude, that shit's sick. He remembers. You remember, right?
She had like her own like daytime talk show, right?
Yep, Ricky Lake.
Like? Yeah. She was kind of like the soft, feminine version of Jerry Springer. She would bring the less fucked up degenerates if it's even possible.
Yep, that sounds like Ricky Lake. That was like total '90s reference that most of you,
as fuck.
Most of you,
so if you're younger,
millennials,
like, if you were born past '93 even, you probably won't remember.
You're too fucking young, you little fetus.
Remember that theme, dude, on what's it called? I think it was on UPN, the Montel and Mari. Remember that? It's the Montel and Mari show. Remember that shit?
I don't know. I knew Montel and Mari.
It was on UPN.
I didn't know they had a double duet show.
They used to like. There was a commercial one time, and it was always like coming on, and God, dude, this song burned into my memory.
For life.
It was a promo.
Sweet. I want to do a little NWO reference. I was hoping it hit. I was waiting for it to hit when I wanted. Hit it now.
Oh shit! I wasn't looking at you.
I did it like 3 times now. Here goes. Yeah. I love the way it sounds.
Yeah, it's got that weird robotic yelling feel to it.
I dig it. It sounds
you can intensify it too. Watch. It's pretty intense.
Sounds good, dude.
Yeah, heroic could have dumbass bitches twerking.
Dude, they'd be twerking hard, dude. And we'd be like, oh shit, turn the camera to their ass. Turn the camera to the ass.
Is that ass?
Just kidding. We don't do that to women here, but if there is any women out there that do.
Yo, by the way, if there are any sluts, you immediately said that.
I had to, because there's some that, you know, I'm like, fuck it, I would have danced. I'm dancing now. Fucking dance, bitch. Dance, bitch. That would have been the chorus. Shake that ass right now. Next on the drum machine. Sounding great. It sound cool. It's catching my goddamn attention. So shout out to bitches listening. Shout out to everyone drinking. Shout out to everyone thinking.
Shout out to everyone thinking.
I had to make it rhyme. Yeah, because some of you aren't thinking. You guys aren't figuring this shit out. It's like, I'd slap you in the face with a dick of corruption. You still just like, let it hit you and not even flinch. Most of you motherfuckers need a slap in the face with a fat dick. Hey, you got your water over there, or this is mine?
It's mine. One of those is mine.
It's yours here. I'll pass it to you.
Most of you motherfuckers need to slap in the face with a dick.
I don't know what I'm saying half the time, but I mean it.
Oh shit, you're showing the camera view, dude.
Did it look like I was passing it to you right?
No, there's a glass.
What?
The bomb was in the shot the whole time, dude.
No, it wasn't. What are you talking about? I don't see anything.
Now you can't see shit.
I mean, the water bottle I just passed to you? It's right there. Yeah, I passed it to you.
use
Here's mine, folks. Water bottle. Cheers, brother. Don't get fucked up.
Cheers. Switch the scene real quick. Take a quick bathroom break, folks, real quick.
Sitting here chilling, feeling like a... Just kidding, I'm not gonna freestyle. I'm gonna shut up, actually. Yep. Shout out to Dos Equis. You were my least hated beer. I like a lot of them, but you're my most favorite out of all of them. Shout out. Shout out to the homie next for coming through. And just pretty much... He's over there, he's harassing my instruments, but he's doing a good job at it, so I'm not going to stop him. Listen to that. Kicking it in. Friday night, folks. Hope you're enjoying. Cheers. Next. Whoa. Dude, that was intense.
That was pretty fun.
Dude, you're going off on that shit, dude.
It's pretty. I think it's to enjoy.
Yeah, dude.
Who's giving off that feedback? My guitar.
You kind of had me.
Bastard, that's my guitar doing that. That could have been a lot cleaner, but yeah, it was fun enough. That was the guitar running the whole time. What were you saying?
Oh, you can pull it more closer because it sounds like you're far away. But it was.
My bad.
What was your guitar doing? Like
No, it was causing this. You hear that? I thought that was a drum machine the whole time, but it was a
that,
guitar.
that
first
buzz.
thing.
I thought it was me. I was over
not
here trying to
you.
fix shit the whole time.
Dude, it was the guitar. It was all right. No big deal. See, that's the drum machine, but that can be turned on easily. See, anyway, but yeah. Anyway, that was pretty fun, fellas.
Yeah.
Thanks, stream. Thanks for watching. We're not done or anything, but that's what we're gonna show you guys.
There's a
tonight.
little preview. What's
Definitely a preview.
what's
Nice,
to
just
come?
chill.
I'm turn. Yeah, that's what's to come for the future. You know, we can actually add additional live instruments to the stream or to the mix, and really get a full experience of someone coming in and giving a performance, like a little intimate, small performance. If if they have the equipment, they're capable. I mean,
I completely understand this thing now too. It's pretty cool. I'm like 80% there.
figuring it out. I need to fuck with it too. Relearn my shit again, of course. It's just. Well, I'm like, yeah, it's just weird.
Mars Magma right now on the
Fuck with the
main
mix.
board.
I'm making sure.
But we've been
Yeah, how long has it been? I don't even know.
all night. Probably like 1.
No, it's not even. It's 12.
Ooh, not bad.
Not bad at all. Oh, yeah, I got a little echo on us.
Yeah, I have reverb.
I'm trying to get a hold on, there he goes. I'm trying to get this shit connected so I can play some music in the background. Oh, I had the whole.
Oh.
There it goes. That's the reason I had it. Oh, actually, that's what you have going. That's
We'll just mute the instrument channels now since you're done.
that's what I'm doing. But I'm trying to.
So I don't buzz it.
All right, just go ahead and restart it. That whole program we had going, but dude, that was a sweet ass little live performance. We could.
Yeah, it could have gone on for hours, but it is what it is. There's more to come, more composed actual music and stuff.
Yeah, maybe we can actually because it was just you really, because I wouldn't do anything but just kind of just making sure this mix played out well. But if there was somebody here also that wanted to add an additional part to really,
Yeah, you could have went on the drum machine too, but it takes time. You can get this easily, dude.
I mean-
it's hard. It's easy as fuck. You know how to do it. Once you go into the sequencing mode where you can just sorry, I was away from the mic. Once you can go to the sequencing mode, this thing is really really simple to use. It's always fun to have someone actually controlling percussion, doing all those chained ups without me having to switch back and forth.
maybe next one I'll jump on in.
It's really fun too, because I mean I've done it
Hell
before
yeah,
with a
dude.
doll, but not physical. Rishi has done it with programs, but using the actual physical here in front of you, because when you want to add something or you don't want to hear it, it's so simple as to just the physical buttons are right here, so you can just turn your volume down and still activate it and look at all the what's actually on the pattern. I don't know. That's what I was doing the whole time. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Dude, you were doing a lot actually. It was kind of really interesting to see being played out because
But yeah, the full
You were mixing
potential
it
of
up,
the thing
yeah.
now. Definitely one of the parts.
I like how
of
it can be connected and plugged in and just heard so well. It sounds clear.
It was pretty neat. Smash. Oh.
Oh yeah, I had to cut it off. My fucking battery died.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot.
And I actually figured out we just plugged it into one of those
Charging.
that fucking outlet we got. Shit. Been fucking burping up a goddamn storm. I should tell Chubby to bring some of the strippers over, huh? Just joking.
Yeah, he don't got no strippers right now, do you?
Who knows, dude? He goes, so, you know what? I'm not putting anyone's business out. But goddamn it, he goes so goddamn often.
He did- I
And I'm just
just
joking. He
noticed
doesn't. He doesn't really.
What happened to the music?
No, yeah, I was trying to get it in playing, but
Is your channel on,
it's
dude?
the
Your
program.
computer
Yeah,
channel?
yeah.
Is
It
not
is
me?
on, but it's the program that's not coming up.
Open with VLC.
That's what I do. Boom, VLC, and it's like, all right,
Whoa.
Come up, VLC, and it's just-
Choda.
it's acting like, it's acting like.
Maybe it's unplugged, dude. Like it says, you just unplugged it.
It did.
Plug
say-
it back in real quick.
I had to redo it. It should be in.
Chovster's Chovster. Choverino. I don't know. Where's he at with the sluts?
He's hopefully down the road. Hopefully down the street, about to bring him in. Who knows where the fuck he's at? But yeah, I doubt he'd bring him by. I think he's upset with me. He wanted me to go with him today, and I said no.
What did he say? Why, bro? Where's him and Victor, dude? Two best guests in the world.
Dude, KV, I gotta bring him back on. I gotta get him back in here, dude. I wonder if he. You know what? I should have told him to write some shit, dude. If you do write some shit, come prepared with some shit.
He writes.
I think
Sometimes?
occasionally.
Oh.
You know what? I'm not sure. That'd be a good question. How often do you write? Were you at KV? I don't watch the stream. I don't know where it's at. I'm sure you don't. Nobody watches the stream unless you can navigate your way to
Force it
YouTube.
down your throat, but we haven't done that yet. Be lucky we haven't.
Yeah, and then watch it here. Link.
I would, yeah, and I'm gonna do it soon, but just chilling right now. We're testing.
Trying to perfect this bitch. Once it's perfect, you're
We're getting really good at it too. I mean, we're just trying to.
Yeah, watch. Yeah, figuring this shit out. It's actually coming.
It's a slow process, and that's why if you're seeing this now, then you know exactly what's going on.
And
But if
watch
you didn't,
this.
then it don't matter.
And go back last
Some of
year.
this shit we ain't gonna do ever again either. We're gonna do different shit every time. It's all gonna be good. You're getting original stuff. The performance you saw will never be repeated. Obviously, I don't know what the hell I was doing. It was fun.
Yeah, he was. That was a
fantastic.
complete open, just free. He was freestyling the whole thing pretty much.
Improvision. All day.
Improvisation. There you go. God damn, I gotta piss again.
True that.
God damn you, beer. That's one thing I hate about you. Speaking of, God damn, this music won't play, so I'm gonna go ahead. Maybe we can. Yeah, nothing. I'm gonna get something playing. Shit.
Did you try playing through media too, Windows Media?
Yeah. YouTube froze and the VLC fucking
Crazy.
bullshit ass fucking programs I'm using too. Both of them.
Nothing's opening.
Windows Media has to be all like extra special, and then you just give me something,
That was
goddamn.
Windows Media then.
Maybe a small file would work.
Oh, you were trying to play the whole album?
No, yeah, I was. It was back restarting or something. But fuck, how can you not play a simple file, a 2-minute file? I could play it on another program, but
Try it.
yeah, just press play. Play wherever the fuck you can.
Wow. Choda.
Chota Kubota. Is that a word?
That's
What
my
is that?
friend Choda.
Hey, if your name's Chota out there, give a shout out. I want to know who you
That's your
are.
homeboy Choda. He got like a fucking snow cone stand.
Dude, tell that fool to hook it up.
Dude's cool.
Nah, he's a Chota. He won't do it. He won't hook it up.
Dude, this everything like it may have to do with your hard drive. Is
Maybe I
it
should-
even plugged? I mean, it's plugged in. You
It's-
wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah, you're right. We have so much shit connected. This shit's just high wired to just explode. But fuck it. I guess we'll get ended on this for the moment until we restart. Because look, even that shit's freezing up. Like, Windows Media, you can't handle it. It's too much. All right, you can close. Go ahead and close. Go to sleep, you little bitch. Get out of my face. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to end it on good terms. Windows Media, go restart yourself. Go wash your ass and come back clean and ready to fucking play some shit. All right? There you go. Well, yeah, it's been a fun episode. Quick fun episode here. The quick live stream session. You got first here with the homie next. And hopefully we can do this again. Maybe the next time
Thanks for
it'll just be a
watching,
little different.
everyone.
Yeah, enjoy your night,
Have a
guys.
wonderful morning or night,
Yeah, enjoy your morning.
or middle of the day, wherever the fuck you're at.
Yeah, stay tuned for part 9. Who knows who's going to be on? It might be in an hour. It might be now. It might be later. Who knows? Might be tomorrow. Whatever. Just stay tuned. I don't have an outro song to this, so just enjoy the sound of silence. Not the song, but just the actual sound of silence. In the meantime, till next time, it's been up all night. We've been up all night. And